Hey, what's going on? And on today's episode, I'm going to show you why you are losing out on $1 million by investing tomorrow instead of investing today. There's a big problem when you want to do things tomorrow, not just in investing, but any aspect of your life. Because when you say tomorrow, you're just literally giving yourself an excuse not to do something. You're afraid of the unknown, and the unknown scares you. So you don't want to jump into something that you're unfamiliar with, which then leads to lack of motivation. When you don't have the drive or the motivation to do anything, you're just going to continuously say tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. And guess what? Tomorrow never comes. When we say we want to do something tomorrow, not just with investing, but just in life in general, it tends to not happen. Or when we do it, we say to ourselves, I wish I started earlier. Like, we always have that regret of, I wish I started earlier. And that is why I brought this up for investing, because some people are in their 30s and 40s and they're like, I wish I invested in the stock market. I wish I bought real estate when I was younger. I wish I started a business. But it's like, you didn't have to wish. You had the opportunity to do so, but you chose not to because you kept saying tomorrow, tomorrow, and tomorrow. And what comes with tomorrow is the lack of motivation. When there's no drive to do something, you're not going to go out there and try to achieve it. Like, yes, it's going to be there's going to be unknown. That's the whole point of doing these things, the fear of the unknown. It's the excitement that it brings. Like, it should be like, yeah, I'm going to do something. Yeah, I may fail, but hey, I'll learn something that I didn't know before. You lack motivation. Imagine saying, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to become physically fit. And exercise is going to be involved. Eating healthy or having better sleep patterns. These are all things that you have to do in order to achieve that desired outcome of your physique. When there's a lack of motivation, there's barely any drive to do anything. You're like, oh, like, I don't know about investing. Why should I invest? It's boring, blah, blah, blah. Yes, but you can't say you want to invest, but you're not in it for the long term to get what comes with investing, where it's paying you money and you don't have to work for it. You have to start somewhere. So you need to build that motivation up in yourself and be like, yes, I can do it. I'm going to do this. Like, you need to have that pep talk to yourself, or even write it down in a journal. If you don't have a journal, I suggest you get a journal and just start writing these things down and write it as you already have done it. Another thing is tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Imagine saying, I want to travel the world, but you say tomorrow I'm going to do it, or I'm going to book time off. We always wait until it's too late because we keep saying tomorrow, putting off things. Like, we don't have infinite time on this world. Our time is finite. So we need to make the best of what we have now and do the things that we can do. So if you want to travel the world, start looking at the countries that you want to visit, how much it will cost, how long you want to stay there. You can't be saying tomorrow, 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 because tomorrow never comes. So here's an example. You're in school and you got a major exam coming up, and you keep putting off studying because you have other things to do that's more important than studying for that class to make sure that you pass. So you have, well in advance you have a month to study for this, but guess what? You choose to go out with friends, watch TV, play video games, everything but study. And guess what? You keep saying tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. And then what happens? Tomorrow comes, and now you're doing a test that you didn't study for. Let's use Christmas, for example. Christmas is coming up. Your kids want the new PlayStation or Xbox, and you keep saying, tomorrow, tomorrow, I'll go to the store. And guess what? By the time you go, sold out. These are the things that happen with people getting into investing. They keep saying tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Not even just putting money into investing, but even just picking up a book. Researching, learning how to invest. People are not even doing that. And it's like, if you start by just picking up a book and reading, you'll be amazed on how much further you will actually be than versus the person that doesn't want to read anything or start the research, which then leads to self-doubt. When you get that self-doubt, it's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then guess what? You start talking to yourself, but what if I lose my money? But what if this? It's just a but if, what if, like, all that starts to just fester in your head. And because you keep saying tomorrow, tomorrow new problems arise. Like every day there's going to be something different for you to say why not to do it. That's why you need to just stop it dead in its tracks and start today. Today is what will set you free. Now we come to FOMO, the fear of missing out. Everyone thinks that they're gonna miss out on the gravy train if they don't jump on when everybody's getting on. If you didn't put that time and effort, or even what was it? That line that Drake says, "You weren't with me shooting in the gym." It's the same concept. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, those guys put hundreds of thousands of hours into their game to get to where they are. You coming in last minute saying, "Yo, I want to part of this." Do you think you're really going to get those results? No. You're going to be left holding no bag. Why? Because you see somebody up here but never seen their grind down here. And you just want to get up here and you're like, "Yo, I'm going to jump into it." For example, Bitcoin. Bitcoin hits an all-time high. Now you want to put money into it because everybody's speculating it's going to go higher. But you never did your research. So how can you think that Bitcoin's going to go higher not knowing anything? You're literally going like this. You're putting on a blindfold. You're literally going in like this. Yeah, here's my money, here's my money. But like, yo, you have to really look at the situation. You can't think that you're gonna put money into something that you did no research on and gonna make a bag. It doesn't work that way. If you really think it works that way, play the lottery and let me know how many times. Let me know how much money you have won from that. Go to the casino. Let me know how much you won from that. The rule of investing when it comes to stocks, crypto, if you're trading or you just want to get in and try to make a bag, guess what? The house always wins. You doing your research allows you to make a better decision from when to invest your money, from when not to invest your money. Another big thing is regrets. I have gone through so many regrets through my investing journey. When I started off with stocks. So I was looking at the market at one time. I had a good amount of cash saved up, and I started to look into stocks. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And I had a chance to buy Apple, but I didn't know much about Apple. I didn't even know how to even buy stocks. And it was Apple and Netflix. Yes, I want to start buying stocks. So I want to get Apple and Netflix when it was very, very early in the early stages. But I didn't know how to buy stocks, and it was during the 2007, I think it was during the 2008 when the market literally crashed, and I was like, what in the world is going on here? So for me, I didn't know. It's like, yo, this is a perfect time to get in and dump my money in, but I didn't understand this stuff, and I got scared because I didn't do no research. I didn't know how to buy stocks. I didn't know what was going on. So it's like, I hesitated. However, I hesitated because I didn't do no research. I kept having that self-doubt. I didn't have no real motivation because like, yo, investing is so slow and it's boring. But guess what? Boring things are what's going to make you a lot of money, especially boring companies. And my self-doubt just started to increase more and more and more. Or I would talk to people who are like, no, why are you going to invest your money? It's not a good time. And you know what? I was taking advice from people that didn't know any better than I did. And that's another mistake a lot of people make, where then it leads to listening to their information and not investing today, but investing tomorrow. Like the real estate market. Oh, it's gonna continue going up. You should wait. Oh, it's gonna continue to go up. You should wait. Blah blah blah. And it's like, what? Like what makes you an expert, and why should I be listening to you? But that's a lot of things that we do. We listen to like people that don't know. We're taking information from uneducated people. If you have no knowledge of this area, why am I listening to you? Why am I even talking to you about this stuff? Those are the things you need to be thinking when it comes to investing. One of the major things that I hear, and it's so mind-boggling, I don't have enough money to start. How much money do you really think you need to start investing? You can start investing with $1, but hey, you choose not to. You need to have a bag. And when I say a bag, you need to have hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, silly. You can start investing today. There's brokerages that allow you to start buying fractional shares. You can buy Amazon for $1 if you wanted to, but you need to start doing your research, as in if you want to be a holder of Amazon company, right? And over time, your share amount builds and builds. Like going back to my example of buying Apple. If I bought Apple when it crashed, oh my God, like I would have tripled my money. No, I don't even know how much money I would have right now, but I would have probably 10x my money from the time if I did buy Apple stocks then. But I don't want to just let not having enough money be the dictator of if I choose to invest from when I don't invest. So that's why it's a good thing to just start with what you have, get your feet wet, and you don't necessarily need to start putting money into something, but pour money into yourself. Invest in your education. The more you invest, the better decisions that you can make with the knowledge that you just acquired. So now let's move over to investing today and why I am so excited to share this with you guys. So you need to start building momentum. Think of yourself like a snowball. It's like, all right, you put the snow together, boom, here's your snowball. And now you say, all right, let me put it on the ground and start rolling it. You start rolling your snowball. What happens to a snowball if you keep rolling it? It gets bigger, bigger and bigger and bigger. And now in the case of investing, if you keep growing it bigger and bigger and bigger, guess what? The payout is going to be bigger, bigger and bigger. So you want to start building momentum. You want to just plant your seed and literally just watch it grow. After some years, guess what? You're going to be able to enjoy those fruits from your apple tree, because why? You planted the seed and you just kept nurturing it. You built the momentum behind the seed that you planted. The next thing is you can benefit from compound interest. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it makes it. He who doesn't understand it pays it. So what that means is, if you have some money in something that's building interest, so if let's say you put money into the stock market and it will grow at a rate of 10% per year. So what does that look like in terms of numbers? If you have $100, your $100 will make $10 at the end of year one. Now in year two, guess what? You have $100 making you another $10, and then you have $10 is making you a 10% on that. That's making $1. Do you see that? Like you just literally made money. Now the money you made is making you money. That's the power of compound interest. This is why you need to start today, because when you wait, you lose compound interest. That's money that you're not making. So if you have $100 today and you don't invest for 1 year, guess what? You lost out on $10 instead of gaining $10. So let's say me here, I invested for 1 year. You here waited for 1 year. I would be $10 ahead of you because I invested today. Whereas you're $10 behind me. So guess what? Over time, I have $10 extra dollars now. That's making me money, making me more money. Where you just started, you have nothing, but now you have to catch up. But guess what? You won't be able to catch up because I'm already gone, because I already started making money from my money. So that's why you need to start today with compound interest. If you wait, you're losing money. If you start today, you're going to have that slight edge over the next person. With investing today, you can achieve long-term freedom. What does long-term freedom look like? The freedom to do as you please. This is what real wealth is, the freedom of time. Time is finite, whereas money is infinite. And you want to be able to have control of your time. Do as you please, wake up when you want to, and not have to worry about where am I getting my next dollar from. It helps you build that safety net so that it allows you to do whatever it is that you choose to do. Whether it's building your dream home, buying your dream car, moving to a different country, or not even having to work for somebody. Whatever it is that you desire, investing today will get you to that goal. Investing today builds confidence and knowledge. Knowledge not just for yourself, but knowledge that you can pass on to others, your loved ones, your children, whoever it may be. You are able to pass on that knowledge. Why? Because you have the experience now. You did the trial and the error. You studied, you researched. Now you can pass that information on to somebody else. Now you're more confident in making investing decisions because you have the track record now. That's why it's so important to start today, because if you start tomorrow you have nothing. Today you have something that will be there for tomorrow, where your future self will be able to thank you for putting the time and effort into today instead of waiting. Today is very hard to start, but if you start today, you'll be saying, oh, I'm so glad I started today, instead of regretting, I wish I started when I was younger. A lot of us have this conversation with our kids, our siblings, even just people that look up to us, and we always say, like, I know I catch myself saying, I wish I started earlier. I wish I started when I was younger. But now, because I have this knowledge and this information of just starting today versus tomorrow, I'm passing this on to you guys, because I don't want you guys to go through what I did and have regrets. I want you guys to be like, I'm glad I watched that video. I'm glad I started investing today. I've also linked a video above for you to watch next on how to make money with no money to help you on your investing journey, because I know after watching this video, you're gonna start investing today and not wait till tomorrow.